Ladies and gentlemen, we are here, back in MSG, for the Legend Showcase. And finally, we got ourselves a true heavyweight matchup. We have seen a few ranked versus ranked games already in the past couple of days. But, per the schedule that has been and that is still to be, this is the only top 10 matchup of the whole entire week. Preseason number 1 Creighton and preseason number 9 Duke are about to go head to head, and ultimately, even it's still preseason. How do I say it? Climate. So teams are shaking off their dust, but I still expect a really good game from these two, as they're both very high-quality squads. Hi, everybody. I'm your play-by-play commentator for this one, Commissioner Daniel, here with, once again, the All-American point guard, LSW Commissioner Pike. Now, there is a bit of a family feud here brewing, if you know what I mean. The head coach of Duke, Stan Vanilla Sr., the starting point guard for his 4th season now at Creighton in Omaha, Stan Vanilla Jr. What do you expect from this dynamic?
Well, partner, I know this game does not really mean much when it comes to, of course, wins and losses and all that. But however, there is no telling, this is no different from a normal basketball game. There is a winner and there is a loser, and none of the coach nor the player wants to be on either side on the losing side, or does not want to be on the losing side. So no matter what, they want to win here tonight.
Indeed the case, and it's like you said, it doesn't matter what part of the season it is or what part of the season it isn't. A game is a game. You play to win, and so the Vanilla family has always been competitive by nature, and so they're going to treat this like it's no less than a game that actually counts. But there's a bit more to this game in terms of the dynamics between the two different teams, but we'll talk about them as we go on through this game. But it looks like we're finally ready to get going here from the Garden. Absolutely love to see it, as these two blue squads are, how do I say it, prepped for war. The starting lineups for Creighton: you got Jamarcus Vick and Stan Vanilla Jr. in the backcourt, Malik Harris, Dominic Cotton, and Mitty Gavin up front for them. For Duke, it is Deuce Bridges and DJ Graham in the back. Up front, Jacob Huntington, Steve Reeves, and De'Aaron Payne. Every single starter for Duke, brand new. Everybody else moved on from last year. So this is a completely different looking Duke squad versus Creighton, who has a new front court, but those 1 through 3 spots are the exact same. So what do you expect from that, and how do you think that could play a role in this game?
Well, of course, Duke needs to learn a little bit more new chemistry. Of course, like you said before, they have basically changed out who they got, and so now they need to figure out who or what is going to be the main guy and main tactic of this new Duke team. Of course, for Creighton, they have brought in they have kept basically almost all their guys except for bringing in a few more guys into the team. At the same time, though, this Creighton team has always been built ready for games and the seasons like this.
Coach Zelikoff is always going to have those boys ready for war. It's typically how his teams have always been. But for Coach Vanilla, he feels like this is the best team he's ever had across his entire coaching career, apart from the one from last year when he had the eventual Wooden Award winner Quiz-ish. As the personnel is tall and athletic. Especially that Syracuse duo from last year that transferred over together to Durham, Steve Reeves and De'Aaron Payne. You want to talk about them a little bit?
Yeah, partner. Something special about Steve Reeves real quick well, let's just say there's a little bit of a little hatred from Simba Zelikov, as during the off season, Steve Reeves was one of his main targets at Creighton. He wanted him so badly to be on the team to be basically his main guy at the center position, but instead he went to Duke. And so a little bit of hatred going into this game is he wanted a little bit of payback against Duke for taking him.
I don't know if it's hatred because I know the coach pretty well. He told me it was a bummer to miss out on him, but ultimately everybody tries to make the best decisions for themselves, as the best decision that this technical system can do is to just straighten out, or I'm gonna put BTA to it. But you know, Steve Reeves felt like he made the best decision for himself, so that's the most important thing in the end, and he recognized that, and he felt like the additions of Dominic Cotton and to Huntington stepping out of bounds, by the way, that's crazy. Refs, that's crazy. Anywho, he told me that he's absolutely ecstatic about having brought in guys like Dominic Cotton and Mitty Gavin, who are both as veteran, how do I say it, as experience can get when it comes to playing down low, and especially Dominic Cotton against this Duke team. Tell me, where exactly did he transfer from?
Dominic.
Folks, if you haven't figured it out yet, he transferred from North Carolina. He was there for the past 5 seasons.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yep. And Mitty Gavin transferred from New Mexico. And those two know a whole lot about winning basketball. So, you know, they came to Creighton.
Also has that tournament experience.
Oh, yeah. Both of them do. Gavin forces up a quick shot, can't get it to go down. But that's not to say that that the other transfers for Duke don't know winning ball, as Steve Reeves is going to go to the free throw line. They brought in Jacob Huntington from Gonzaga, who experienced, how do I say it, almost nothing but winning, considering how many wins they've racked up over the past 3 seasons.
Yep. And
then they brought over Deuce Bridges from Georgetown, who in his freshman year experienced actually great success as a Hoya, and ever since then Georgetown hasn't had a better season. So quite funny to me, but
yeah.
But it's still a very interesting crop of players for Duke. I'm interested in seeing how they exactly fit together, as Huntington's called for the reach and follow there. And
yeah, a little bit too handsy on the inside there.
Yep, as they tried to rip Stan Vanilla Jr. there, but he's a rather secure point guard who understands what he needs to do. As that is turned over, though, hands in the passing lane. Bridges, Reeves over to DJ Graham, who actually grad transferred from Ohio State. So a little bit of different flavors all across this Duke team that heavily utilized the portal. Huntington, that's a deep 2, connects. We know the type of potential that Jacob Huntington has. He won numerous awards in the West Coast Conference as a Bulldog. But what do you expect from him as a Duke Blue Devil?
Well, I think basically in his own position here, as he is starting at the small forward position, so he can be playing more the inside or the perimeter. So he's a very good all-around player. With the Blue Devils jersey, I think he's going to be probably one of the better players of the season, quite possibly a front runner.
He has the potential to be all ACC for sure, as a little bit careless ball play there again by the Blue Jays. Huntington, although loses it right there. Good defense by Malik Harris. Malik Harris.
Yeah, I will say though that Jacob Huntington, sorry, I was going to say that Jacob Huntington does have a bit of competition though in that small forward position.
Oh, who exactly is trying to take a spot, do you think?
Well, I would say, I'm talking about more of in the all ACC category.
I see.
I think a big yeah, you know what I mean. Oh, big foul. Oh, Con's second.
Yeah, early on. Only 5 minutes in, so at the very least, he's going to be fresh for the second half.
So they'll bring in who? Peter Tolbert?
Yep.
Yep.
Imagine
Over.
being able to boast a big man set that
Or
has
even bigger
7'3", 7'2", and 7'4".
Peter Tolbert, 7'4", only weighing 192
Stick.
heading into the game.
Yeah, Buddy is
Yep.
a stick.
Almost looking like Wembayama out there.
A little bit. There's Mitty Gavin, former Lobo, and also spent some time at Michigan as he got ripped, and that's a big dunk by Huntington.
And it looks like Jacob Huntington is showing his worth already. 6 points out of the 14. Really good defensive play for the Blue Devils as Creighton has to force to take a timeout.
Good play right there by Huntington and the Blue Devils as they hit a 10-0 run, and I have found this out as of late. We call those kill shots. So the first kill shot of the game goes to the Blue Devils. Pretty impressive stuff. But in terms of what these two teams could do, what do you see for them? What do you see for these two top 10 teams?
Ooh. Well, Creighton is looking for national championship glory. Deep bench. Really deep bench. And a great starting five. Yeah, this Creighton team is definitely looking for national championship gold. For Duke, I think their ceiling is Final Four. They look like they have a really good team. Deep bench as well. Maybe a little bit underdeveloped, I would say underpowered a little bit. I mean, they do have a little bit of, they do have some grads coming in for like a 1 year and done kind of deal, of course. They have Milano Dior, the 16th coming in, who is the freshman of the group. But
the only freshman.
I think this Duke team, yeah, the only freshman, surprisingly. I think Duke is looking to go Final Four. I think Creighton, like I said, national championship.
Oh, for sure, and I think for Duke that would be a valuable place to get back to. The last time they were in the Final Four was 2032, and they made the national championship game 3-ball by Mitty Gavin. But yeah, they made the Final Four that year, got past, I think it was Gonzaga, and then they got BTA'd by Iowa in the national championship game, and that's a turnover. But Duke definitely, I think Duke has pieces to be a national championship team. I just wonder about the longevity of this team and how they match up against other teams personnel-wise. So we'll see. Questions will be answered. That's a smooth jumper by Jamarcus Vick. That's a guy, by the way, who's a fifth year. He elected to stay in college due to a, how do I say it, not good enough draft grade to be picked in the first round. So he's back. Oh, that was a very rushed shot there by Malik Harris. And big block.
Oh.
Bridges tried to go inside, but Peter Tolbert is a whole...
trying a little bit too much there with trying to...
Yeah, Peter Tolbert's a whole 16 inches taller than that kid. And Vic will get it up and in.
I delayed a little bit.
Bridges over to De'Aaron Payne, who actually started off at was it LSU? Yeah, LSU, and then he transferred to Arizona. That's a foul, so he's getting free throws. That's on Malik Harris. And then he went to Syracuse for a season. They didn't make the tournament, and he got given another opportunity to play some college ball, so here he is at Duke. But there's Jacob Huntington again. The only thing I'm not used to is the uniform that he's wearing, but otherwise, him being...
3 out of 7 points coming at the free throw line.
Yeah, and one of the main pieces of the offense, though, that's what I'm used to. He did this at Gonzaga. This is nothing new. It's just a jersey.
Oh. Corner, I may have to leave the Discord for a bit here. I am very delayed.
Okay, go ahead. Do what you got to do. Mr. Pike will return in about a few seconds. There he is. That's a good transition layup for DJ Graham. Over to Harris.
Hello?
Yep, I hear you. We hear you.
Oh my, no, it's still bad.
Huh. Unfortunate.
Wow. Dude, it's like a 7-second delay.
Dang. That's a foul on Reeves by Tolbert. Huh. I don't know what to say. I don't know what's going on. Maybe your internet connection partner. I see mine. It seems all right from here. Good free throw by Tolbert. Was in relief for Dominic Cotton, who got into early foul trouble early on. And he'll get both. Soft shooting touch by the 7'4" Beanstalk. Any better now, or it's about the same? Oh, reaching on Stan Vanilla Jr.
I think it's still bad.
Dang. Huh.
Dude, oh my god. Dude, it's so bad. It's like a 7 to 8 second delay before you even answer.
So you're just talking about my voice?
Yeah, you react to me talking that late.
That's strange.
Wow, okay. That's an issue.
I don't know what to tell you about that. Hopefully that gets fixed on the go. Well, I guess this is the part of preseason 2, right? Trying to recalibrate everything, in a technical sense and in connection sense. It's a whole package. Oh, we got ripped. Bridges. Oh, Lord. Splash City. And another timeout by Creighton. Gee, Lee. This Duke team's looking kind of sharp, I won't lie. They're looking sharp. Meanwhile, Creighton just struggling so far. A little bit, but I guess they are thrown off a bit just by Dominic Cotton not being in the game. That's a guy that is extremely valuable to any team that you put him on, just due to the experience that he brings, the experience of playing at the top level of college basketball. But these guys have done it too, so it's just about shaking off the dust, shaking off the cobwebs. Duke is getting out and running pretty well, though. And Deuce Bridges is doing well, in his spot. So I guess we'll see what happens from here. As there's Vanilla. Over to Harris. That's a 3, and it spins out on him. Unfortunate. And now Huntington's got it. Bridges. Tries a 3 over Vanilla. That's crazy. Bridges is popping off. Dang. Creighton just trying to figure out what to do against this Duke defense. Now Vic from the corner. No go. It's tough getting buckets right now on Creighton's end. Duke is doing a good job sealing off the paint currently. Oh, that's a crazy pass in, but it's deflected off of Gavin. So it'll stay with Duke. Graham over to Huntington. They've got about 18 seconds to work with on the shot clock. Over to Bridges. That time he misses. Creighton wants to get out and run. That's where they feel they're most effective. And Harris, 2-ball, got it. Okay, so, all right. Now I'm paying attention to the Discord screen here. I see that you're talking, or I see that it's picking up audio. I just don't hear anything.
All right.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Now I hear something from you.
Test.
Yeah. I hear you.
Okay, finally it's on. It's not even now.
Good. Okay. Good to get that resolved now compared to later. Yo, Duke is moving quick. Creighton right now is having a hard time keeping up.
Yeah, they're doing some good moves at the moment.
Yeah, they indeed are. Happened again, didn't it?
Yep.
Oh, bro. Vic gets that jumper to go down. Creighton not showing much aggression here. They got to try and get some of these Duke stars in foul trouble just to kind of even out the field. Payne knocks down that jumper down. Duke can't miss right now. Solid job defensively by the Blue Devils as well so far, keeping this Creighton team below 20 points with 4.5 minutes before halftime. Harris, Tolbert, that's a deep three. Oh my gosh. He can shoot? Oh, that's crazy. That's something to now worry about on the scouting report. Well, that's a crazy pass inside. And doesn't go for Graham. Creighton out and running. Here's Vic. Facing up against DJ Graham. Vanilla now tries his three. Doesn't hit it. It's been a struggle from three for Creighton. Now Graham pop and stop, and he hits. Over 60% from the floor. Duke is going crazy. Sometimes you can't stop hot shooting. That jumper goes for Vic. The zone look right now is being dissected by Duke, but that shot doesn't go in. Vic now has it. Over to Gavin, draws the foul, and that's on Payne. His first. Mitty Gavin, honestly a New Mexico legend, did so much as a Lobo and was a part of that Sweet 16 squad that, if it wasn't for a couple of bad shots, they could have been in the Elite Eight instead of Marquette a few seasons back. So he knows a whole lot about needing to perform. Good free throws by the Aussie. Pressure on to Deuce Bridges, but he handles that pretty well. Reeves, the former Orange. And wow, what a three. Or no, that was actually a two by Payne. Still a great shot. Yeah, so far Duke is money. I wonder how they're going to keep this up. Oh, that's a beautiful alley to Tolbert. Tolbert's actually doing pretty well off the bench in relief for Cotton. He's done pretty well. This zone defense is trying to expose Duke, although they got the hand on the ball but couldn't keep it in play. But yeah, let's take a look at De'Aaron Payne. So far, he's the leading scorer for the Blue Devils. Some pretty good shots that he's taken so far throughout the game. And now inbound coming from DJ Graham. Not many substitutions. Bridges rips one and he hits again. It is shooting practice right now for the Blue Devils. Tolbert gets the feed. No. Rebounded by Gavin. Hook shot off the glass and in. This is a tremendous shooting performance so far by the Blue Devils. Graham trying to work his way in, matched up against Vanilla, passes it out, and it's tipped. Somehow still with the Blue Devils. No substitutions made yet by Duke. They're just rolling with their starters. Deuce over to Graham. Graham tries a three. That time, no. But it was close, though, considering how contested that was. Now Vanilla tries one, and he hits it. Creighton finally starting to pick it up a little bit. Huntington trying to get past his zone defense. Great coverage. They're swarming to him. Graham three. No. And now Duke is trying to put up shots that are heavily contested. A little bit over a minute left until the break. This has been a fun ripping shots kind of game so far, although that's a turnover. Both teams kind of equal in the turnover department. Oh, that's a take by De'Aaron Payne. Hop stepping through. 14 points so far for the fifth year. Vic over to Malik Harris. That two ball goes down. That's a pretty shot. The Omaha, Nebraska native coined as the hometown hero. One of very few guys to actually stay home in his hometown state. Another missed three by Duke. Here come the Blue Jays. Vanilla. Foul. And we'll get free throws. That's Bridges first. And towards the end of the half, the Blue Jays have definitely picked up some steam. Getting good offensive movement and actually closing out defensively. And that's the thing about their zone defense. They're very good at closing out on the perimeter. Good first free throw by Sam Vanilla Jr. as actually there was a substitution into this game. It's Tavion Carter that is going to play the last 24 seconds instead of De'Aaron Payne. Clean free throws by the Duke coach's son. Doubled. Huntington over to Bridges. He gets it past before that violation hits him, but he turns it over. Vanilla with the three. No, but he gets fouled by Bridges, and that's his second. Quick thinking right there, and it's hard to tell from that camera angle, but at least to me, it looked like he hit him. It's hard to say, though. Late substitutions being made by both teams at this point, just to kind of give themselves a breather. But Stan Vanilla, that free throw came off his hand in a very awkward way as he misses that one. Second one will go. Hayden Ackerman actually entered the game for Mitty Gavin. Hayden Ackerman transferred over from Princeton. So he's a key piece of the future for this Creighton team. And Vanilla will hit 2 of 3 at least. 7.7 seconds left, and that almost was intercepted by Creighton. But they'll back off. Frank Roach now in the game. 3 seconds. Rifles it. 3-ball. Doesn't go for Tavion Carter. But it's now halftime, and Duke is up front by 5 points in what has been a pretty good game so far. Granted, Creighton hasn't led since the very beginning. Duke has seemingly controlled this lead for a majority of the time, but the Blue Jays were surging at the end. And as you can see, 57% from the floor by the Blue Devils. Under 50% for Creighton, but it has been improving. The outlook for both teams when it comes to this season is high. And I'll give my input. Of course, with Creighton being ranked preseason number 1, it is expected that they are contending for a championship. You don't get that preseason number 1 unless unless you are expected to do big things. With Duke, they could definitely get there. It would take some fortunate things to happen, but they have the talent to do so. Now Creighton will start with the ball in this half. Oh, it's a rifle of a pass to Vic, but he flubs that shot down low. All starting lineups are now back on the floor, regardless of foul counts, personal foul counts, that is. Oh, wow! DJ Graham somehow got his hands on that ball even after it was tipped through traffic. Fortunate bounce. Now Vanilla Jr. in his 4th season as a starter here at Creighton. Malik Harris almost gets that 3. What a board by Dominic Cotton, the former North Carolina Tar Heel, who only played 5 minutes in the first half due to foul trouble. 3-ball Huntington. No, and it's rebounded by Harris. And here's Creighton. They're running. They want to move. Such an experienced team. Gavin, pop and stop. Doesn't go, though. I have to check my phone real quick. I'm trying to stay quiet. I know that. Reeves, 2-ball. Rings it in. The good take by the former Syracuse Orange. And before that, he actually played a couple years in New Mexico. So he was actually teammates with Mitty Gavin at one point. Little fun fact for you. Deep 2, Vic, money. Now over to Huntington, tries again. This time he gets it over his defender. That is an impressive shot. I've always been a big game of Jacob Huntington. His game has always been one that transcends, what people tend to think of him. He's a very, very good player. Always has been since day one of getting to college. Now Gavin tries a 3, rings it in. What a response. Some excellent basketball so far from these two. Huntington tries again. This time it's off. And look at this. Creighton is running vanilla. Likes what he sees, but he backs off. Smart decision from the veteran. And Harris tries a very weird shot there considering everything. And look at this take by Payne. The man knows how to move. At 7 foot, he moves very well. That's why he's so hard to guard. And now here's Vanilla just surveying the scene. Vic. Now here's Gavin. Back to Vic. They're trying to get somebody inside. It's a bit congested. Cotton gets it, though, and he completely misses that shot. I'm going to check my phone here. Oh, okay. We're good. Oh, Payne draws the foul there on Cotton. That's his 3rd. And again, you don't often see 7 foot spinning around like a ballerina trying to get to the hoop. At least like that. First free throw missed by Payne. That's something that he's always had to work on, his free throws. He's never been excellent at the line, but over the years he's gotten better. 1 of 2. Now for this pressure, trying to rip the ball away from the Blue Jays, but they don't succeed that time, although Gavin just turns it over. Erratic pass inside. Huntington, foul number 4 on Cotton. Man, he has not been able to play today. So Peter Tolbert is going to have to go back in. Which, again, isn't a bad thing. Tolbert has definitely been very good off the bench. First free throw goes for Huntington. Huntington will get both. Good attempts there, and Duke is back up by double digits. And Vanilla is just going to break right through that half-court trap attempt. Vic. Oh, it's almost turned over again. Vanilla, that's a deep two. He hits it. Great attempt. That's a wide open three. Missed. Board by Payne, and he slams it home. Just one sec. Just had to do something real quick right there. Vanilla 2-ball. Rings it in again. Payne wasn't a starter until his senior year at Syracuse. That's how long it took him. But he's definitely showing out. That shot is short, though. And look at this. Creighton is trying to run. Vanilla. Wow, picked up by Vic, but he misses. Down underneath the basket. And alley-oop is missed, though. That was a great play attempt. And Vanilla 3-pointer doesn't go. He wanted the foul right there, but refs that time didn't see anything worth blowing the whistle for. Graham through the contact. No. Oh, I hear you now.
It's still delayed.
Ay, ay, ay. Oh, good feed over to Gavin. He'll just hook that one in.
Okay, well, hold on. It's not as delayed as I thought it was.
Hopefully. Hopefully we have you back. Ooh, good jumper by Reeves. Have you been able to at least keep up with what's been going on? Not sure. Harris. Waiting for some off-ball movement. He gets the screen, rolls around, draws the foul, and one. What a take by Malik Harris. Hasn't been the most efficient day for Malik Harris by any means necessary, but he is not afraid of taking those shots. And Bridges blows right by the attempted double. Oh, bounced over to DJ Graham. Somehow still in the hands of a Duke player, and they ultimately missed a shot. Harris now trying to work his way past Huntington, but good defense. Trailing down the court. That's a pass over to Vanilla Jr., but that shot is off. Under 10 minutes to go. Still, same thing I said before. It's been a great game so far. Kick out. Graham 3-ball. It's off. But what a board by Payne. Man, he's been everywhere. And Pike, unfortunately, had to leave the desk again to try and reconnect. The internet has not been treating him well, so far, unfortunately. Into Vanilla, 2-ball, it's way off. That was a interesting take. Bridges guarded by Vic. There's that up the court switch. Cross court pass. 3-ball. Graham from the corner. No. And it looks like Pike is back, but then we had... Ooh, look at this. Oh, it's a charge on Gavin? What? I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. That's a terrible whistle. Anywho, it's still been the De'Aaron Payne show. He's been very good.
Yeah.
Okay, I heard you again.
Oh, no, it's bad.
Oh, it looks like we had a third. We have a third member that's joining the desk. What's up, Killian?
What up? What up?
Actually, good to have you here, considering
Creighton and Duke going back and forth.
It's been quite the game. Good 2-ball, but Duke has held the lead for quite a while. They've got some of their rotation guys now finally in the game.
On the basketball court.
Back to ball. Wow, what a shot. Yeah, the internet is unstable, unfortunately, for Pike. Hopefully it restabilizes. And that's a bad pass, still in the hands of Ackerman. Vanilla 2-ball, that's just a bad shot. But have you been...
I'm hoping it's better now.
Hopefully. Kelly, you've been watching this game for the whole entire time, maybe? I don't know.
No, I kind of watched a little bit, but I saw, Duke's been holding that lead. Creighton's been trying to fight their way back, but, I mean, Creighton hasn't had an answer, so it's mostly been Duke ball.
They got as close to as within 5 so far as they've been trying to make it back. That 2-ball is missed by Huntington. Vanilla. Ackerman with the 3-ball. Doesn't go. Now Carter dives in. And it goes. Vanilla over to Harris. As he pump fakes and just takes a bad shot. No movement at all right there by Creighton. It was a dead possession.
You know what?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm seeing a lot from Creighton is they're chucking the ball up a lot and taking a lot of rush shots. And, Duke has just been able to take over from that position after Creighton's just chucking up their shots.
The Duke defense has definitely been able to limit some of what Creighton has wanted to do, although Harris is going to get to the line. It's Carter called for the foul. And a whole bunch of changes for Duke as they bring their regulars back on. But Luke Fisher is now in the game for Stan Vanilla. First free throw does not go for Harris. Now, despite Creighton's height advantage down low, they've been able to maneuver the way around it. Duke has, and it's been quite impressive, honestly.
Yeah, Creighton still has that tough front court. This is just a preseason showcase, but, it's also, weird to see Creighton not doing as strong as what they usually are.
It's preseason. You take it with a grain of salt, but definitely understandable from a neutral perspective. Graham at the SeatGeek logo. A little bit over 5 minutes to go. 10 points separate these two teams. Graham pressured. Reeves bounces it off a guy. Ends up in the hands of Payne. No, but nobody's covering Steve Reeves. Creighton's got to find some sort of spark here. Defensively, they haven't come up with what they've wanted. Oh, it's a big dunk by Ackerman. Graham back at that same spot as before. Zone defense trying to force a turnover, but instead Steve Reeves is just hitting everything over them. What a player Steve Reeves has been over the past couple of years. One of the main reasons why Syracuse was able to even have a chance to be in March Madness. Oh, and won by Jaron Fields. But then the next season, Syracuse just just couldn't do it. They weren't good enough, and they missed out on the tournament completely. And one opportunity converted by Fields, and Jamarcus Vick is now back in the game as there's 4 minutes left. But I guess I want to hear more of your thoughts about what you've seen, if you have any. Oh boy!
You're talking about.
I also can't hear. You've also been cutting out, huh? I'm starting to think my internet's the problem, but it seems like everything is good on my end. I don't know. You haven't got the 2 ball to go. I don't know why he's flopping.
I'm cutting out?
You were a little bit, yeah. Or you were speaking so low that your mic wasn't picking you up. That 3's missed.
Oh.
I just noticed Dominic Cotton is back in the game on 4 fouls. Gosh, he was sorely missed.
You know. Oh my goodness.
Golly. Terrible miss. Another 3 ball. It's missed. Duke is keeping Creighton in the game with all these misses from 3. Oh, wow, what a feed in. Beautiful pass.
Only down by 7, 250 to go, so there's still a lot of time. You know, Creighton's got to play a more aggressive defense here and, you know, hopefully get Duke to shock up some shots and hopefully miss.
Oh, my! And one, and Dominic Cotton is fouled out of the game.
That is a huge loss. You cannot have that. I mean, actually a huge loss for Creighton to try to get back in this game, but now Duke, if they make this shot, they're going to be up by 10.
Oh, he missed a free throw. Look, I can't really, how do I say it properly, evaluate this Creighton team because they've been without Cotton basically the entire game. And another score for Payne. The targeting is crazy.
Yeah, but, I mean, as you're the Creighton, I mean, yeah, they're picking you apart. I mean, really,
me?
That's a big 3.
Who's me? I'm just a commissioner.
You know, if you're that Creighton coach, I mean, you're looking at this game. You know, are you thinking that you're gonna? Is he going to change up the game plan for going into the season, or is he going to stick to it?
Man, if I was him, I'd stick to it. Look, this game was without your most important player down low, Dominic Cotton. That was a 6-point game only. And they're somehow only down by 6 against this Duke team. That's tipped away. Almost in the hands of Creighton. They've had a lot of tips in this game, but they haven't been able to get their hands on a 3-ball Graham. Oh my. That might do it. Sometimes that's what you got to do to win games.
This is a, you know, if I'm Coach Vanilla and I'm looking at this game, you know, you got to take a lot of, you know, heart and a lot of good out of this game because, you know, you're going to go into the season, you're going to feel good, but you cannot let up only after beating Creighton in the preseason because anything could change during the season.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen past national champions take losses in the preseason. It's normal. It's something where the teams just simply got to get used to playing together, and it's just the first time experiencing that chemistry building. But one thing you can't deny is the talent that Duke has. It's some good talent. De'Aaron Payne especially He's making it known. He's making it known. He's a ball player. He is a proper ball player. That's a shanked free throw. But man, truly the difference in this game is how Dominic Cotton hasn't been able to play at all. He hasn't. So honestly, I still don't know what to fully think of Creighton just because I haven't seen them at full strength, if we're being honest. But this is a good learning experience, though. It is. And you know that that Coach Zelkov over there is going to use it. Go ahead.
Yeah, and you know, Coach Zelkov's got to know how to adapt when not having Cotton out there. And, you know, you got to play your junior Peter Tolbert. And, you know, Tolbert's got to step up. You know, he's got to be that dominant piece while Cotton's not in there. So it's going to be interesting to see when they come to those moments and Cotton's not out there. Is Tolbert going to be the guy to step up? Is he going to be, you know, the tough piece that Creighton needs in the backcourt? Because I don't know what happened in the first half. I don't know how he's been doing, but, you know, as I'm looking at this game, he's not playing the greatest.
Yeah. I mean, there's always room for improvement, so how long it takes to see it is to be determined. That's an unfortunate turnover. And this guy is a bit more sure-handed at the free throw line. Yeah, there's a lot to look forward to if you're Duke this season. Definitely a lot. And they'll definitely be vying for that ACC title.
You looked at...
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Am I behind? Like, because I don't know what I sound through your ear.
Sounds like it a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what's been going on. It's weird.
Interesting. And you know, only an 8-point game.
Yeah. And Creighton's going to still try and make something of this. I just think there's not enough time, you know. And Bridges, of course, is a sure-handed free throw shooter as well, so nothing difficult here for him. A whole lot of switching here on the court. Subbing in and subbing out. Duke doesn't feel all that comfortable yet. Oh, now they do. Now they're up by 10. Chavez. That's a three. And it bounces in for him. Not sure who took that. I want to say it's Roy Hurd, but I'm not certain. Frank Roach is going to be taking possibly the final free throws of this game. They're in the bonus plus now. And he'll get both. No more calling timeouts. Creighton is going to just try and get one more score in before the end of this one. Chavez draws the foul, and no, he does not draw the foul. Instead, he draws the backside of the backboard. Wild. Duke wins at 92-83. some good things to look at for both sides. A bit more positives than negatives for Duke compared to Creighton, but it's going to be a long season ahead. Both teams are going to have their opportunities to make the most of it. Let's put it that way. Solid game from both. Duke held the lead for a majority of the game and never let it go, so they played well. But folks, with that said, we somehow still have 2 games to go. Man, we're so delayed. Anywho, so Missouri versus Rutgers and then Michigan versus Oklahoma is left on the schedule. I am wondering if we should swap those games, but I'm not sure. I think it already might be too late for Provo. I think that dude already went to bed, so feel like we gotta roll with
He'll see it on YouTube.
Yeah, he'll see it on YouTube. But yeah, folks, with that said, we'll be back in a little bit for the next game. Hopefully y'all stay awake.